got Danielle with the news and sports updates.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Here's the latest news. Another Halloween horror for you. Brexit has been delayed for the third time, meaning we're now set to leave on the 31st of January next year. The PM has announced that he will try again for a general election on the 12th of December, following his first attempt being shot down by MPs.
We always said we wanted an election, we do want an election, but we wanted no deal to be taken off the table. We've now had confirmation from all 28 EU member states that no deal is off the table, so we're going to go out there with the biggest campaign this party has ever mounted. Totally united, totally determined.
The London Fire Brigade has been condemned for serious shortcomings and systemic failures in its response to the Grenfell Tower fire. Fewer people would have died in the 2017 fire if the LFB had taken certain actions earlier, the report by Inquiry Chairman Sir Martin Moorbeek said. The inquiry has criticised the Daily Telegraph, which first published leaked details of the report, and other media which followed suit. A spokeswoman said that the publication had deprived those most affected by the fire, the bereaved survivors and residents, of the opportunity to read their report at their own pace. Sir Martin's report praised the courage of firefighters on the night, but it found many institutional failures that meant the LFB's planning and preparation for the incident was gravely inadequate. Millions of pounds are needed for urgent repairs at Coventry and Warwickshire hospitals that could jeopardise patient safety. Latest figures show that those running hospitals in the region have identified 4.7 million worth of work needed to tackle high-risk maintenance going back from 2018 to 2019. These are repairs and replacements that must be addressed as an urgent priority to prevent further failures and disruption to patient safety. Just last week, an 84-year-old sadly passed away after waiting for 4 hours in a corridor at University Hospital Coventry in Warwickshire. Of the hospitals in the area, those that needed the most work are the Hospital of St Cross and the George Eliot Hospital. Now to the sport. England faced South Africa in the final of the Rugby World Cup after a stunning victory against the All Blacks in the semi-final. The final will be played at the International Stadium in Yokohama at 9 a.m. Leicester thrashed Southampton 9-0 in Friday's Premier League's game, breaking Manchester United's 8-0 record away versus Ipswich in 1995. Now, though, we've got a story on our mental health from our reporter, Joe Lodge.
I'm here at the Rico Arena for the Being Well Festival 2019. Let's go.
The Being Well Festival is a chance to bring a number of organisations together to talk to people about how to take care of themselves. So for me, I'm here as part of Coventry and Warwickshire Year of Wellbeing, and we're interested in reaching anyone who's interested in wellbeing. So that might be wellbeing for themselves or wellbeing for people around them. There's all kinds of reasons why people are here today. We've found people who are here from companies who are interested in supporting their employees. We've spoken to parents, we've spoken to people who've experienced breast cancer in particular. It's a common condition for many people. So there's lots of reasons why people are concerned about wellbeing. We're keen to help signpost people to the right services, but also help them join up better with other people. I don't think we take enough time actually to talk about ill health, about good health, and about the pathways we can all take to look after ourselves. We're part of the NHS services in Coventry, Warwickshire, and we find that a lot of people go to the doctor when they're really unwell, maybe even go straight to A&E when they're really unwell. But actually, if they look after themselves, they could find things that keep them well the rest of the time.
We're passionate about the brand, we're passionate about what we do.
Okay, so on to our first game, a little pumpkin carving competition. Maisie and Danielle here are going to have to the end of the show to do their best designs.
So guys, what do you plan on doing?
I'm just going to wing it and see what happens. Hopefully it'll be Halloweeny, but I've never carved a pumpkin before, so we'll see.
Fair enough.
Same here. I think I'll try and do the face, because everyone does a face, but maybe I'll do something else.
And don't forget, you guys can vote via our Twitter for your favourite. So go to @media_iCOV to vote.
Can't wait to see how your pumpkins turn out. Well, Jack, if we head back over to the sofa,
Of course.
we have some more to talk about.
Yes, so do you actually ever carve pumpkins?
Not professionally.
No, but obviously another aspect of Halloween is, of course, the costumes. And speaking of the costumes, have you seen any that the celebrities have been wearing?
I've had a little look on Instagram.
Yeah, I keep seeing these photos of celeb parties and all them dressing up, and I think actually we have some photos to show you. So here we have, of course, Jessica Rabbit, unmistakable costume. and an iconic movie.
She does look good as Jessica Rabbit.
She looks fantastic. And this, of course, is Rick and Morty. Iconic show, very popular.
Quite a popular costume this year too.
It is actually, yeah, and it's very simplistic too. And of course, this is Cardi B, and she's pulled it off quite well, I think.
She does.
She
does
does.
look good.
James Charles, famous YouTuber, or perhaps infamous, depending on your view. I love the scar.
Although I don't think the makeup is very Harry Potter.
Yeah, I think it's a nice twist though.
Demi Lovato, she looks good.
I like this one. I
That's
like the contacts in her eyes, and I like how simple it is, although it's still very effective.
It's a good Halloween costume there.
It is, and of course Nicki Minaj. Is this her boyfriend? I'm not too sure, to be honest.
I think it's her husband.
Is it her husband?
I think it's her
I
husband.
don't keep up with these things. Pulls it off very well. Quite a popular one, this one, isn't it?
It is indeed.
And this. I'm just creeped out by
That
this
one's
one.
creepy.
I don't like this one. I mean, it's obviously working if I'm creeped out, but yeah. So there, that's the celebrity costumes.
So, in a few minutes, we're going to be joined by the makeup queen herself, Yasmin. But first, here's a story about the vinyl industry for you guys from Jourdain.
The vinyl industry is booming. Is this the year that the vinyl record industry finally surpasses the rate of sale of CDs? According to music experts, the Rolling Stones, 2019 very well could be. With the surge of vinyl records happening worldwide, how has this affected the music business in Coventry?
I used to run a store in the 1990s up until 2001, so when I closed. So it was definitely hard times then. So it's definitely a different kind of customer. It's changed. It's no longer, I wouldn't say it's a high street kind of thing anymore. It's more a niche kind of thing. So it's only for the 1 or 2% of the people who are really into music or really want to be buying vinyl or buying CDs. So it's more of a niche thing now. But there's a real passion there, and I think there's lots of collectors out there looking for vinyl. So I would say it's a different market. The market has changed.
The city hosts regular fairs and get-togethers to celebrate the vinyl industry. These events are a popular space to buy and swap vinyls, as well as look at other local collections. The fair is located in Coventry's Fargo Village, with the next scheduled event on the 3rd of November, spanning from 9:30 to 2:30, with free admission. Vinyls are non-recyclable, but Coventry shop owner Taz at Fantasia Records has found a way to help the planet and reuse old, broken, scratched records.
So as well as stocking vinyl records in the shop, I also make records into art. So where records have been scratched or damaged and can't be used anymore and go into landfill, I actually make them into pictures, art, and also things like bowls and lampshades and that kind of thing.
And now, our resident makeup artist and air reporter Yasmin is here to show you a quick and easy Halloween makeup look for last minute scare.
Thanks, Charlotte. So today, as you can see, I've taken the lovely Jack, my model. He's already got half of his face done, and we're going to complete the other half. Now, Halloween can be quite a daunting time. I see so many beauty gurus who do amazing makeup tutorials on Instagram, but not everybody is well versed in makeup, and if you're not that strong with makeup but you still want to do a Halloween look that's fun and easy, then I've got something for you. So today I've taken the lovely Jack, and to start with I've traced out, just on a white eyeliner, traced out an outline of his face of the Pennywise from It. In case you've watched It, then this is classic Pennywise face. Have you watched It, Jack?
Do you know what? I haven't, but it feels like everyone else has at the moment.
Blasphemy. So all we need to do, now I've got this SFX palette. You can buy these in the drugstore for less than £5. This is very on budget. White eyeliner was £2. I'm just going to take a red face paint. You can buy single pans from Amazon for like £2. All I'm going to do is go over this white outline and just trace with the red paint. Now this is really easy to do. Have you watched any other movies? Well, there's It. I feel like it's clown season this month because there's so many clown movies coming out. There's It Chapter 2. There's the Joker movie. What did you guys think of the new Joker movie?
Do you know what? I haven't seen that either. Terrible.
Blasphemy.
No.
Oh, they're doing amazing in the box office, you know.
Is it good?
I think it's amazing.
No spoilers, Yasmin.
Oh, I won't spoil anything. I mean, kind of spoiling it here because I need to smudge your makeup next, and we're just going to smudge what we've just done because Pennywise isn't your normal clown. He, spoiler, eats children. So he's not going to have the cleanest makeup. We're just going to dab this with the palm of our finger. The warmth of the finger is quite good because it's skin-to-skin contact, so it really helps smudge the makeup. So we're just going to smudge that. Then I'm going to go in with a deeper red here using the same brush. Just go in here. Have you ever had your makeup done before, Jack?
You've been unprofessional in this.
Yeah, you're sitting quite still. You're a good model. Does your girlfriend do your makeup for you?
I'd rather not say that live on air.
There we go. Now I'm just tracing around his cheek here. Again, this can be messy, and this is why this makeup tutorial is so easy, because it can be messy because, you know, Pennywise the clown isn't your average dancing clown. He eats children, so his makeup's not going to be the best. Now I'm just going to go in and trace the lips over here. Now with doing SFX makeup, obviously the oils on Jack's face are a lot different to the oils on his lips. So we're going to go in with some liquid lipstick. This cost me £2, and I'm just going to put this on Jack's lips. There you go, Jack.
It feels lovely.
Got that Pennywise smile.
Looks great, Jack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Looks great.
Looks like you could eat some children. And there you go.
Thank
you
you.
are now Pennywise the clown.
Thank you very much, Yasmin. I can now eat
Looks
children
great,
in
Jack.
style. Thank you.
Very scary.
And do you know what? I do not know how you ladies can sit here for so long, dead still, and do your makeup. That was tiring. But don't go anywhere, Yasmin. We're going to be discussing some trending stories right now as we check up. As we check up with Maisie and Danielle with the pumpkins.
Hi, it's going well. I mean, I think we're both doing a phase, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what more I'm going to add to it, but we'll find out by the
we'll
end.
find
I might
out.
be too ambitious and I might ruin it.
Yeah.
So we'll be hopeful that by
I
the
do
end.
I do feel like she has an advantage because hers is smaller. But
Do you think you'll finish on time?
Tactics.
we'll see what happens. I think we'll finish on time.
Good.
Definitely.
So, on to those trending stories we promised you. Halloween is just a couple of days away, so Twitter's trending hashtags all seem to be spooky themed.
Oh my gosh, have you seen on Twitter that haunted house that's trending in Texas?
I have actually.
I haven't. I actually haven't.
Gosh, okay, so there is a haunted house in Texas. Well, this is the controversy. There's a haunted house in Texas. It's called the McCamey House, and it's basically a torture house, and this is the controversy. A lot of horror fans are very upset because it's giving the horror franchise a bad name. Now, the actual house itself, it's £20,000 reward if you stay there for 10 hours, but there's a 55-page lease before you go in because of how intense it is.
So what's actually in this 55-page lease?
So many things. To summarise, some key points that have set a lot of people on Twitter were you can sign up and have your teeth legally removed without any kind of like Novocaine or any anaesthetics or anything. You sign up to be buried alive, water torture, put a shock collar on you. They can amputate your body parts.
Gosh.
They can put you on a medieval, spinning wheel and throw darts and axes at you. They can hurt you, and if you legally die there, you signed up for it. Like that's it. They are not held responsible.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's really my idea of horror. To me, horror is just a bit of like fun and entertainment.
See,
I agree.
Oh, this is the discussion on Twitter. A lot of people are saying, well, it's still horror, it's still fun, but then most people are upset because I feel like there is a line between, having a bit of fun in a horror house and scaring each other and torturing people, and I suppose that goes into another discussion of the fetishization of horror and Halloween and stuff, because a lot of people, especially on Instagram and Twitter and social media, a lot of people have been taking horror and Halloween a bit too far. There's been reports of people buying, like illegal things off the dark web and the black market and making horror accounts for that and just taking it a bit too far.
I don't know. I'm not sure I like the sound
See,
of that.
Halloween's supposed to be fun. It's about trick-or-treating, kids decorating, carving pumpkins, like you've seen us doing.
And even when you get older, you just have a party, have a social gathering.
Exactly.
I suppose Halloween is subjective for everyone, but there is a line,
Good God, yeah. Anyway, Yasmin, thanks for coming and talking to us. I think we're about to see your story now about online dating.
Yes, you are. Let's watch it. Online dating has become the 21st century norm, but beneath all the Snapchat messages and Tinder swipes is a grim underbelly of racial and sexual prejudices that have led to an increase in crimes against LGBT people and people of colour. According to research done by by the Wolverhampton Liberal Democrats, crimes against LGBT people and people of colour have soared in the past 5 years because of online dating. These crimes entail harassment, rape, sexual abuse and most prominently racial abuse, particularly against women of colour. Now I spoke to one black LGBT activist, Lola Fast, who told us her horror stories of online dating. So have you ever used online dating apps before, and if so, which ones have you used, and were you strayed away from any that make you feel excluded?
I've used Tinder, I've used Badoo, I've used Bumble, I've used an app called Clicked that's like really new. On Badoo, it's like everybody's very basic, so on top of being a minority race-wise, like I'm alternative/goth, so like as much as that isn't a race, it's a subculture of people.
What are your negative experiences with online dating? Have you ever been stalked, harassed or judged for your skin colour?
I definitely get like people judging me a lot, going, oh, I've never seen a black goth before, that kind of thing. That's annoying. I've never really been stalked. I've had people be creepy and carry on being creepy, and just like they know that I'm not interested and I've made it very clear that I'm not interested, and they just carry on trying to pursue it like I'm just going to go, oh yeah, okay, and I'm not.
Would you think that minorities, especially like LGBT minorities and women of colour, have been put in danger more because of online dating?
Oh yeah, definitely, especially, I can't really speak personally for trans people, but I imagine that because there is so much hate and stigma towards them already, it makes them more of a target online, because it's so easy to just find somebody that's trans, have a fake conversation with them and then meet up with them, and they're automatically in danger because they're with somebody that's homophobic.
Do you think that black women and women of colour have been fetishised more because of online
Oh
dating?
yeah, definitely. The amount of times I've been called chocolate, caramel, dark chocolate, milkshake. People like automatically assume as well that when you're a black woman, you're strong, independent and you want to dominate a man, and it's like, no, I just want to be like held like everybody else. There's no difference just because I've got a bit more melanin in me than other people.
Should dating apps do more to stop the hate crimes towards black people and people of colour and LGBT people?
I think it's a mix. I think it obviously was a problem before online dating, and it's kind of gone on there because obviously like online dating is open to everybody. I do think that when you sign up to a dating app, it should be more selective. They should have more background checks, so like people can be reassured that they know who they're getting set up with or matched with or just recommended is like, one, worth their time, and two, isn't going to mess them about in a way that's like dangerous or just like a waste of the time.
Next, we have a quick weather update from Danielle, and then you're going to see us play a little Halloween game.
Yes, you are. Over to you, Danielle.
Thanks, guys. So for the weather, there will be spells of sunshine this afternoon and a few areas of cloud. It's supposed to remain clear and dry tonight, but it won't be as cold as it was yesterday. And tomorrow you're looking at some cold sunshine with only a few cloudy spells. Back to you, Charlotte and Jack.
I've been looking forward to this bit the whole show. We have a spooky themed game right now. So we've got 4 apples right here. Apples. One of them is actually an onion in disguise. We're going to go one at a time and take a bite out of it.
And obviously it's much more difficult because obviously they're all covered in chocolate and they all look the same. So it's
Are you
basically
happy
roulette.
for me to go first?
Ladies first. What did you get, Charlotte?
Ash and apple.
Oh, lucky. All right, I'll take my guess. Okay. Boom.
Apple.
It's another apple, thankfully.
So we're going to have to do
Covered in
this one at the
lipstick.
same time.
All right.
Are you ready?
Oh. Do you know what? All I took was a bite of chocolate, but I could see that I've been sabotaged with an onion. So I'm thankful to the upper powers that I did not just take a bite of onion, because I think that would have been absolutely nasty.
Right, well, we've got a guest joining us on the sofa. But before we explain, let's do a final check on Maisie and Danielle over there.
How's it going?
It's going all right so far. Yeah, not much has improved, but hopefully by the end, you just stay with us. There'll be something really exciting. Hopefully.
It's going well.
They're looking good, guys.
Thank you.
Remember to go to @media_iCOV to vote on your favourite pumpkin.
We're now joined by Matty.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
What do you have here?
What do you do?
Well, what do I do or what do I have here? Because what I have here is a lot of depression. No, what I have here is some tarot cards. Now, what tarot is basically, it allows people like witches and pagans, and in some instances, Instagram people, to essentially pick up on energies that will tell them like their present, their past, or like their future. And it's kind of like a nice little thing that you can kind of do on your own or with friends. So today I'm going to do both of your tarot readings, and I'm going to start with you, Pennywise.
Thank you.
This is actually not about tarot. This is an intervention for the fact that you eat children. So let's give you some tarot therapy.
Okay, what do I do then?
Okay, so you are going to pick out for me 4 cards, 2 from the top and 2 from the bottom.
Okie dokie. That's 2 from the top.
Yep.
And that's 2 for the bottom.
Okay. Now lay them out.
There we go.
Okay, so I'll explain like what each of the cards are, and while we're doing that, you can ask me any questions. So before we do that, we'll look at the first one, which is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant ultimately is a ruler, and it's upside down. Kind of like the twisted fact that you eat children. So the Hierophant ultimately is like a ruler type. They're kind of like looked up to and everything. But in this instance, because it's upside down or reversed, as we call it in tarot, it means like kind of the opposite. So it's someone that is looked down on.
Right.
So that could be looked down on by like higher powers, could be on like by your peers. So apologies if you get any flack after this video goes live. That ain't on me. Okay, so your next one though is the Knight of Pentacles.
Okay.
And the Knight of Pentacles ultimately, pentacles in like paganism and in witchcraft are representations of like the body of the individual. So because it's obviously the Knight of the Pentacles, it means that you are very sure of yourself. You're very like sure of like you as an individual self.
Yeah.
Which I can see from the makeup.
I would hope so.
You have a lot of confidence. So then obviously the next one is Justice, which is obviously justice. So it means that you're very like empowered by the legal things that be, or in some instances that you go out and seek your own kind of like empowerment. Because it's upside down, I have some bad news for you. It does mean that you are kind of going to be botched. And from that makeup, I can see that's already come true.
Thank you.
And then next, obviously, is the... Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Jack.
What's happened?
It's so that, well, actually, no, this is quite a positive thing. So this is the 8 of Cups, and basically cups represent either like success or achievement. Because it's pictured with like a lone person, it tends to be that it's a lone person with like a lot of success or an overabundance of success.
Right.
Or in some instances can mean that you're overwhelmed by success.
Okay.
Because it's reversed though, it means that... No, this can be a positive. It means that you're not overabundanced by like your success, so it doesn't like isolate you from things. So it means that you are like actually able to take what like the successes that you have and you're not like drifted apart from people. Okay. So that's your tarot.
I'd say you got some quite good ones there.
I will.
That's not bad, is it?
So I'm going to quickly just reshuffle this. So is there any questions that you have for me on anything further? Because you two seem like...
I mean, this is completely new to me. How did you get into it?
So I come from like quite a varied family religiously. So there's people in my family that are pagan, and there's people that are like, they're Christian. And like my heritage stretches like, on like the pagan side stretches like really far back, and same with like Christian side. So I was brought up in quite a mixed household, and I got into tarot about 3-4 years ago. Yeah. I just kind of rediscovered myself as a witch. From like years of dealing with like a lot of stuff with struggles of like, oh well, I like this stuff and I like this practice, but I was quite solidified in like my like Christian kind of like beliefs. But then like I knew what tarot was before then, but I didn't get into it until like a couple of years ago. And for me, tarot's just kind of been like a really nice thing to do because it's just something you can do for yourself.
It sounds it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we don't have time to do mine, but how do you feel about being a judge of our pumpkin carving
I'd
contest?
love to be a judge of some pumpkins.
Shall we head
Let's
over
go
there
over.
then?
Let's go over.
Bring the tarot cards. Maybe we can predict some things for the pumpkins. You know, they. Oh, these look good. Oh,
So, what have you guys done then?
So, mine is a little broken pumpkin. She's crying, she's upset, you know, she's got stitches,
That
she's
is a-
very
that is
Halloween-y.
that is a pumpkin.
It's a baby pumpkin.
Well, you know what? I'm going to be really nice. I was going to give you this up front, but I'll give you the reverse death card for that because you know it looks like it's gone through a lot, but it looks like it's persevering and it's pushing through.
There you
It's
go.
really happy.
And how about yours, Daniel? Danielle?
I've also done like a face, but then I've also put iCOV at the back.
Oh, there we go.
that is
Shout out to
dedication.
iCOV right there.
So, yeah.
What do you think then, Matty?
Oh, okay. So I actually really like that. I will say I like the little self promo there. A lot of effort, and because I think you've kept it together. We'll go in the spirit of tarot, and I'll give you the ten of staves, which basically means you've kept it all together. We'll just pop that into the pumpkin. There you go. So, yeah. But which one wins? And I'm going to claim this one with the Emperor card, which is kind of like the winner of this all. I am, well, from my opinion, and make sure that you know at home you say your piece as well. I'm going to have to go with this one. I'm sorry.
It is iCOV branded.
Yeah, it is on
iCOV
brand. So
pumpkin,
you put
of
that in
course.
there. That is a good pumpkin though.
Thank you so much.
Well, remember, guys, you can still vote at home on the Twitter poll, even though our show today has ended.
Yes, exactly. And to be honest, I think they're both fantastic efforts.
Thank
And if you guys want to carve some pumpkins at home, Maisie, how did you do this?
I mean, I brought pumpkin carving kits. They're safer than using a knife. Don't use those at home. And then, yeah, just wing it. But don't throw your pumpkins out after. Leave them at the bottom of your garden because squirrels and other wildlife will eat them.
So what's the difference between using the kit and using a knife?
I don't know. These you don't have to get ID'd for these.
What comes in the kit?
So you get different shapes and stencils which you can cut around, but I wasn't that brave. You get a little scoop, so it's easier to scoop out the middle, because if you've ever used
That's the hardest
like a spoon
part.
before, it takes like 5 hours. You get one of these, like a little pumpkin carving device. Danielle, how did you find that?
I mean, because my pumpkin was bigger
Let's
than
have a
yours.
look then.
No, mine was bigger than her, so I feel like it was a bit more tough for me. Yeah,
still won.
but I still won in the end, so
I mean, how
What do you
hard can it be?
have a go.
I'll carve an ear into it, shall we?
Don't ruin it now.
I'll try not to ruin it, Danielle.
How do you feel about
Oh,
Jack
look at
damaging
that.
your pumpkin, Danielle?
Look at that.
He did well.
Straight enough, natural talent.
Yeah,
So make sure you make it even.
yeah, make sure it's the exact same size ear.
No, nobody's perfect. There we go. Now I've got some ears.
Well, I think that's all we have time for now, guys. Thank you so much to everyone that's come on the show today to help us out.
And thanks to you guys for watching. Goodbye for now.